switch it over because it's very eye appealing.
Oh, that's great. And that's a nod to our leader over at BET, Tiffany Williams, executive Kelly Gould, Ashley Taylor, and Latanya Newt. They loved the series. They were big fans of the series. Even before American Gangster Track Queen season 1, there was American Gangster years ago. And
Right.
so they always wanted to, going into this season, I think off the bat, they pushed me and the team to find something more elevated, more premium, feminine in some ways, female power. And so we worked with a company that I collaborate with, all the time, brought to you by Tatiana Green and Matt Barnett, who are amazing graphic artists, producers, directors, and they also did the graphics package for a BET series that I did called Finding Justice.
I love Finding Justice.
Yeah, Finding Justice was a series. So we all worked together, Latanya and Kelly and Ashley, and now Tiffany Williams, who is our new creative lead, pushed us. They said, we want female, premium, powerful. And so those are the elements that you see there, and working with all the people that I named did a great job of collaborating and getting to where it is now.
It bossed up for sure. And I was very, very excited when I got the email and they were like, you get to talk to Dwen. I was like, yes, that's exactly who I wanted to talk to. I promise you. Listen, Queen, I love you. Absolutely love your whole aura, what you stand for, how you're so accountable and still feel the need to teach us with such a vulnerable moment, because you didn't have to share that with us. You didn't have to share any of that. And that was, your whole episode had me enthralled. I couldn't leave. I had to pee and I still just sat there. Okay. That's how good it was. Yeah. I became familiar with you first through Lisa Ray. And I was like, okay, like I understand. Well, first let me ask this. What gave you the courage to want to be so on the forefront and telling this story with American Gangster?
Well, first of all, thank you for the accolades. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And the only thing that I knew how was just tell the truth. And I felt like, especially when I was in prison, and, it's so much idle time, I said, let me just write. Let me write, because I already know I have an incredible story. I feel it in my heart because I would want to see it, just from the chain of events that I've gone through, just the way everything has just like, it's rolled over into just like a tsunami of everything. So what I did is I wanted to change the narrative, and take it from some negative.
Oh, no. Oh, you're on mute still, Dwen.
Yeah, I can't stand it. The phone is like really glitching or whatever, but we're going to work it out. But that was, my whole thing. I wanted to be able to explain to the world that everything that seems like it's glitter definitely is not gold. You go through what you go through, and then at some point, it's like you have an epiphany, and it's kind of like, okay, well, this is messed up. I almost said it. This is messed up. I said, but we can make this work. Like
you have to censor yourself. At Black with No Chaser, we come as we are. So if you feel the need to say it.
Tiffany told me not to cuss. Well, I'm not going to be a sailor. How about that? I won't be a sailor.
Okay.
Definitely I have fun. You might get a couple of little words in here and there. But no, being in prison is what pretty much, I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I would sit there and I would literally like pray. And I used to say, well, God, you already know. Like, the story. And, it just ended up being so much more to it, especially once I got out of prison and everything. And I said, oh, people need to hear this.
Absolutely.
You don't turn around be a millionaire and then get out and then you on food stamps. You know, that's so that's a whole mental thing that people fail to realize that you have to deal with most importantly. Because I never really looked at a grocery bill before. You know, now I'm itemizing.
Wow.
So I'm making sure, okay, well, do I want this kind of bread or do I want this kind of bread? So, you know, everything is about humility.
It is. It is about humility. And Jackson, I want to know from your point of view, because of course you did your research before you got a chance to get connected with Dwen, but it's different when you hear it from the horse's mouth, right? So how was it experiencing behind the scenes, her sharing this entire experience versus the research that you've done beforehand?
Oh, different with Dwen in so many ways, and such a blessing. Dwen's story was something we wanted to highlight going back into, February of last year. Dion Fearon, a mutual friend of mine, and Dwen, and Dion is the producer of this episode and was pitching me Dwen's episode going back into season 1. And so, Dion, Dwen knows how great Dion is, and having that type of personal access as a producer, communicating and multiple phone calls, endless phone calls. I mean, we're still talking to Dwen about how to improve the communication when it comes to not only her story, but the evolution of the transgender community. BET Plus. I mean, we put an announcement, I think, right after the cold open, telling viewers to go to the National Black Justice Coalition, nbjc.org. And we worked very closely with Dwen so that not only she was comfortable, but maybe the community was comfortable. And Dwen was great about that, right, Dwen? I mean, we went from, hey, I was this at some point, and then I became this, but I understand the community. This is bigger than myself. And hearing Dwen say that and be open to the idea that I may feel a certain way about this. Lisa Ray might call me something. My friends may call me something.
That's
but now
dope.
that this is on blast and airing on BET Plus to millions of viewers, let's open it up to the community. And from the get-go, Dwen, Dion Fearon, myself, and BET Plus was talking about let's have this discussion and use this as a platform.
And that's important that you're able to see the bigger mission. That's important that Dwen was able to see that bigger mission, because it's not easy to come out of that type of situation and still be about the people and wanting them to learn from your mistakes and not do what you have done. But I love that you coined yourself as the first gay guy. Yes, you being the first gay gangster, American gangster is amazing. Amazing, because I feel like you are the pinnacle for sure. Everything that you have seen, no one can really say that they have been able to do what you do what you've done, or seen what you've seen. And it's amazing. I really want to know, like, what's next for you, because I feel like we can't predict what's next. We can only just ask you and only hope that you will be able to share with us.
All I know is I am excited. Like I said in there, I walk by faith, not by sight. And so, Jackson and them have basically brought me full circle. BET has saved my life. I was ready to check out. I just didn't know how. I'm a scary cat, so I'm like, well, if I take a bunch of pills and then they pump my stomach, then I'm gonna be looking stupid. Turn around, try to shoot myself in the head, which I can't be around any firearms anyway. That's how. So they brought me full circle. So the ball is in their court. I didn't got in trouble by them enough. So my hands are off the wheel. They're driving.
I agree. And I think that's a blessing to be able to walk into some people that care enough about you to make sure that you get to the next level. That's love. And your story is filled of love. And I love the love that your mother has for you. It's deep. It's very deep. And I see that she has the understanding for you that a lot of people had to learn how to get. And it shows how the mother's love is very, very important, even once you get to your older years. Were you not able to hear me?
You know what? Something is going on. I don't know. I'm gonna grab my earpieces so I could put them in my ear because I don't know why the phone decides it wants to act up on you.
Okay,
So let me see.
No problem.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to chime in on Mama Sin.
Yes.
What a great person, not character. But you could see how Dwen became Dwen based off of who Mama Sin is, and you know, I mean, it's not all love. I mean, you're talking about, you know, a Detroit single mother, riot mom. You know, Dwen was a riot baby growing up with a gay son. I mean, and dealt with drugs herself. So this is a great opportunity for us to share stories of redemption. Dwen is at the redemption story at the highest level because coming from the streets of Detroit, coming from Mama Sin, to come back here years later, be able to have them, you know, come together on camera and tell their stories is an amazing testimony to families all across the country.
It is. It is.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, specifically to Black families to be just pure with it, because we all have different narratives that are seen on television, and it's great to be able to control our narrative, like Gwen said in the beginning, because it's not easy to convince people that we still do have the love, although you see the struggle first. We have the love, and we know how to share it, and we know how to receive it as well. How hard was it?
Bigger the struggle, bigger the reward, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm ready to be rewarded.
Okay.
I can't, because I'm tired of the struggle. Mama's tired, for real. You know, but it's a beautiful thing, you know, when you look at this and how everything has just unfolded and come into fruition. And, you know, and just the people, especially the new, you know, my new family, the way they just believe in the project. They were saying, my nieces and them, they said, oh my God, Amy, you going viral. I said, well, what do you mean? They said, oh no, you are going viral. Like, everybody loves your episode. And I said, well, I really appreciate it. You know, it's a lot of stuff and there's so many layers to it. I love the fact, especially Jackson, the way you guys transitioned me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gave that. Because sometimes people think, oh, okay, you're transgender at a very early age. I never thought I would transition. It just kind of like, you know, I just metamorphed into like a butterfly. So, you know, I just went through a different metamorphosis and it ended up working for me. And I'm comfortable with it. I don't really, you know, one thing I do know is it's not none of my business what you think about me, but it's all of mine what I think of myself. Oh. So I just block out all negative anything.
Yeah, thank you for being open, Dwen. I mean, you worked with David Rock and Dion every day and Kelly over at the network to figure out what was the most respectful way to share that transition, you know, from male to female and when to do it. And thank you for working with the team in order to tell that story.
Oh, no, absolutely. It was, you know, it's just a lot. That just comes with, you know, maturity and humility and, you know, being fearless and really looking at your truth, not just, you know, me being transgender, but the things that I've done, how it's affected certain people. And, you know, only thing I want to do is just to be able to give back to the community and let them know. You know, I really meant that when I said, you know, I'm telling you this story so that you're not sitting here telling it. Yeah. You know, everybody is not going to get that chance.
Too. That was perfect. Mm-hmm. And I love how Jackson, I love how you guys did do the transitioning. It was very clean and respectable. I mean, yes, you told the beginning of the story and you were using the pronoun he, but it was very, very stern, intentional, and understood when she turned into she. And it was very respectable. And I really didn't even see a struggle through it, to be honest with you. I saw a metamorphosis, exactly how you explained it. And I think that's a blessing, because a lot of people in Dwen's shoes aren't able to metamorphose like that. They have a lot of different crises that a lot of us can't relate to. And I think that's another beauty in the story that you are telling, because there's no telling how many transgenders you are giving motivation and inspiration to through telling your story. It's
Right.
Thank you. Thank
amazing.
you. No, I mean, we have to
Yeah.
give credit to the great Lisa Ray. I mean,
Yes.
And
we zeroed in on that interview bite, the one that said, "I'm gonna ride with Dwen when
When
Dwen was he,"
he
she had me
and
crying.
I'm gonna ride with her
is,
when she. I'm not giving her justice, but she couldn't have said it any better. And when we
Yes,
zeroed in on that bite, we're like, "That's the story. This is her best friend. This is someone who has a platform. This is someone who can easily, eloquently explain to the world how you accept." So
yes.
it's
I
And
beautiful.
mean,
of course,
I'm sorry. I spoke with her yesterday. She's in Oklahoma and she's filming, and I wanted to call and tell her thank you because so many people is reaching out and they're giving up so much love, and so I even um, gave her specifics in reference to what happened when I was in prison. And so she was just, she was through after that, because she is such a crybaby anyway. And so, we talked, yeah. And so she didn't like it. And I said, well, I said, you mad? You couldn't come in and save me? You couldn't do that. Like,
yeah,
I have to
he
handle
loves
that.
you that much.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, you
You can
couldn't
feel the
save
love
me.
off the screen for real. It's
Yeah.
it's it's deep, and to be able to want to let everybody know that you love someone that much, that's a whole nother level of love. And I can
Yeah.
respect that because she's teaching those of us who can't relate. I can totally relate, but those that can't relate, she's teaching
Yes.
that love is about love. Love is not about the other things that you're trying to make it about. It's about what you feel.
Exactly.
She
Yes.
feels deeply, and I love that.
Yeah, her heart is big. We've been through a lot, and she's rocked with me. I think for the most part, a lot of people just, they were confused about what was going on with me. She just started noticing the nails and the makeup and stuff like that, and it just, I mean, it's not anything that was premeditated.
Right.
I actually didn't even know that. I just wanted to look pretty, but now it's just like, okay, this is what it is. This no more gay boy. So no more gay boy. This is not the gay boy.
But the
Not
original gay
anymore.
gangster. But the original
The
gay
Yes.
original gay
gangster.
gangster.
Boom, boom.
Yes.
Oh,
Can't
that
forget
was
that.
epic. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was epic.
So
Yeah,
epic.
that was. Yeah, not everybody is calling me Gigi.
Yes. You
That is
deserve
something.
it. You
What?
are our Gigi for sure.
Yes, I am. I am your original gay gangster. I am Gigi. That
I
is
love
right.
Well, guys, I don't want to take any more up of your time. This has been a wonderful conversation. I thank you guys for sharing it with me. Is there anything else you want to leave me with?
I'd say, I'll let Dwen close it up, but, tune in. I mean, this is a great balance. This is a lot of years in the making, a lot of people behind it, Frank Sinton, Arthur Smith, Sade, John Mark, I mean, all these people that came together over the years to put this series together. And I hope the viewers understand and see that blend of social injustice,
Yes.
of straight gangster trap queens, criminal enterprises. And, there's an arc in every story. But to be
Hmm.
able to have access to individuals like Dwen and Perion and Brandy and Tiffany Rose Peak and Shantae in
Hmm.
this latest season that dropped 2 weeks ago, and available for everyone to watch. I hope they appreciate the balance in storytelling. It's
Oh
not
no,
just a
you
gangster
guys great.
story. It's not just a true crime story. There's definitely elements of social injustice, and there's not many series out there like it. And I hope people continue to watch. And sadly enough, I think we all agree, there's enough stories in the Black community across America to keep this thing going. But
Yes.
hopefully, the more we get to see it, the more that 12-year-old, that 13-year-old version of Dwen
Mhm.
watching can change their life around sooner than later.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God, and the gay community is just, they are just, they are adorable. Like they have reached out, and it's a great ride. BET is so amazing. They just show not just me, but all the other girls in a great light as well. You know, me, of course, myself personally, you know, I love the way they did everything. It was just so much content, but it was just done so tastefully. And I'm sure they're mad they couldn't use everything
Always.
because
Always.
it's so much. Yeah, but you know, it just leaves the door open for more work to be done.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, definitely.
So
Yes.
my last question for the both of you guys. When you hear Black with No Chaser, what comes to mind?
Me.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Me.
Yes.
Now I can't think of anything else.
Me.
That's a
Basically,
perfect.
I mean, I can't help it. Like Dwen, you know, raw and uncut, and as real as it can be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect
Yes.
answer.
And that's what I meant when I said me. So he summed it
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
As a
So
producer
no.
does. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys have a great evening. I enjoyed talking to you.
God bless
Thank
you.
you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye, guys.
Okay. Ciao for now.
Really appreciate y'all. This has been one of the most amazing interviews I've ever done. My job as one of the OGs, and my teachers will tell you, my teachers started Duke Ellington, the first class of Duke Ellington in DC. They were revolutionaries. They were street kings and queens. Glenda Dickerson, I got to give homage. Mike Malone, Peggy Cooper Cafridge, Skipper Driscoll, Charles Organs. Well, he's still alive, God bless. Charles Brown.
Girl, what are you listening to? It really actually doesn't matter what you listen to. You should be listening to Black with No Chaser Radio, clearly. So
Forgot about that.
never forget.
Right.
Never
right.
forget.
My mistake.
Black with No Chaser Radio.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.